Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so now got the haters, got your feelings. Pascal. You now ready, forget about it, goodbye. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so now got the haters, got your feelings. Pascal.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in great spirits as it should. Good morning. Good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in great spirits as crazy. We got some good morning. Breaking for a little while now. Good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in great spirits. Come on. Okay. Echo's gone. All right, guys. But as I was getting this whole thing ready, we start to hear new information about everything. So, to be honest, we have some new updates and all that. And that is why the title of this has changed into what it is right now. There was allegedly a false boom threat at a rally that's about to get started or about to happen later today in Long Island, which is very, very crazy. So we got some breaking news to talk about and all that. So we're gonna get into this thing here real quick. So before we get into all of this, hold on, guys. Just doing a few things here. Okay. So just to get into some things, okay, and this is going to be a brief show. It's not going to be super long because a lot of this information has unfolded while I was getting things ready. And again, people are side-eyeing this situation, which I totally understand. Them side-eyeing this situation, at least with the information that's out here right now. So do me a favor, hit that like button down below, hit that reaction button if you're watching on other platforms. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to hit that follow button on all my platforms. I'm on a bunch of them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button here on my main channel. All right. Of course, go hit that join button down below or subscribe to my main channel. Go to my secondary channel, subscribe to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. We got some videos going out there as well today. And we got a show this afternoon, which we will be watching the motion for Diddy and all that. So we'll be talking about that here in a little bit for sure and covering that this afternoon. So be on the lookout for that. So subscribe here, subscribe to my secondary channel, hit that join button down below, become a member, check out my Patreon. And don't forget, we got this pascalmerch.com. Okay, we got this little Thug Life Hocus Pocus t-shirt available. We got some Halloween swag on the store on pascalmerch.com. So go check it out. That'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, guys, we got to get into this. All right, we got some things to talk about. All right, and what's very interesting is, like I said, as I was getting things going, as I was getting things moving, they have come up with new information, and it's all breaking news, and things break fairly quickly. There was allegedly, and I'm going to share with you guys what they had out first. This is a screenshot from what they had first on Daily Mail and a bunch of other outlets as well. They were saying that there was a strange occurrence that happened near a Trump rally that's supposed to be setting off this evening. And again, they say that they kind of cordoned off a vehicle and all this. And they say these cops were saying that they found boom booms. Okay, we got to use these code words, unfortunately, in a car near this rally in Long Island. And of course, this is right after the attempt on Trump's life. Let's not forget this. But now we got new information that they're saying that this is now been debunked, right? That this is a false situation. But still, the fact that this even happened, and again, I'm happy that they're taking everything very seriously. around Trump or any of our elected, our past political leaders to the future political leaders. Hopefully they're taking it very, very seriously and taking care of as many people as they can, right? Protecting as many people as they can. But they say here on the bottom here, they say police reportedly found explosives in car near former President Trump's rally site on Long Island ahead of his speech tonight. Which doesn't make any sense because you're sitting there going like, what happened? How did this actually happen? How did this actually happen? What's actually going on here? And of course, I want to share and show you guys as you guys see that. Oh, whoops. Yeah. As you guys see this, I want to share this too. And again, it's weird, but here's some footage. Here's some footage. And this is kind of what's going on, or that was going on, if you see. And as you can see, there's a bunch of people all there ready to show up, show some love and some support. Pretty crazy stuff though, right? Like I said, everybody ready, excited to get there, hang out, root for their favorite person. Literally. You see what I'm saying? Innocent lives, just doing their thing, showing up to a rally. And of course, like I said, just showing you the beginning, things getting kind of taped up and all that. I'm going to go further. And like I said, just people, ready to be there and do their thing. Okay. Support their people, support their person. That's it. You know what I mean? It'd be the same situation if you had Kamala Harris, Harris supporters showing up to one of her rallies, right? So again, this is some pretty crazy stuff, but there's more to this, okay? That I quickly want to share with you guys. Because at first they said, oh, boom, boom, so on and so forth. This is, some serious ish, oh gosh, be worried, beware, fam, beware, right? And now they're saying something completely different. Okay, now they say this: cops confirm no threat to Trump's rally following a report of boom booms found in car. So let's take a look at this too. All right. They say here, oh, shoot. Actually, I'm going to do this one instead. Because this one, for some odd reason, Daily Mail, whenever I open that up, it always like glitches the computer for some weird reason. So moving on, it says strange occurrence, all right, or suspicious occurrence near Donald Trump's New York rally, what we know. Okay, so let's get into this. And let me blow this up so you guys can see this too. So right now they're saying that the threat that they thought was actually happening is now no more. And I think that's really important for everyone to know. And again, they were on point with this situation. But I also think that Trump really needs to be very mindful, very demure, very mindful of his surroundings, very mindful of the situation that he was constantly subjecting himself to, right? By putting himself out there, by putting himself into these situations, this could be a very bad thing for Trump. This could be a very bad thing for Trump. All right. So the Nassau Police Department confirmed to Newsweek Wednesday morning that its force responded to a suspicious occurrence near the location of former President Trump's rally site tonight in Long Island. So we did respond to a suspicious occurrence in the vicinity of the Nassau Coliseum. However, there is no validity of a device being found, a public information officer told Newsweek after a report about a device at the rally circulated online. The officer added, "We are unsure where this information originated from, but we can confirm that no devices were discovered." Now, we already know about what Trump is doing, or who Trump is, but he was set to hold a campaign rally at 7 p.m. tonight at Uniondale, New York, at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. The rally comes just 3 days after his second attempt that just recently happened. Now, I don't know if you guys remember Ryan Routh. Apparently, he camped out outside of the golf course while Trump was in there playing golf. He camped out of there on the outskirts in shrubbery, okay, in some bushes, real talk, for allegedly over 12 hours. He camped out there, knew that Trump was going to be there, and tried to take aim. Did not pull the trigger, but he tried to take aim. And Secret Service was quick enough to get this man to run away and not and stop him from successfully pulling the trigger, which is also very, very great news, right? Of course, he was arrested, and now we're starting to find out more information about that guy. Hopefully, we're starting to hear, or law enforcement is finding out more information about this guy and what he's all about and why he did this and who may have possibly helped him, because I really think he didn't do that alone, right? But this comes after 3 days. This comes 3 days after that whole situation, y'all, which is absolutely crazy to me. So, and again, I keep saying, I mean, hey, if Trump wants to get out there like that, he wants to get out there like that. But at the same time, he should have like a bulletproof suit. He should be walking around with a bulletproof hazmat suit, for crying out loud. Okay? But let's continue on. So Nassau County officials issued a security update ahead of the rally and are coordinating with the U.S. Secret Service to secure the outside of the venue. This will be the safest place in the country on Wednesday. This is what the Nassau County Police Commissioner, said at a press conference on Monday. Nobody will be in the Coliseum. Nobody will be in the Coliseum. We do a complete sweep that night. Okay, so they reached out to the campaign for comment for all of this situation. And again, I mean, you see a bunch of people, a gang of people coming out to be a part of this rally. They want to support the guy that they want to have come back and sit in that seat again. Sit in that presidential seat again. But at the same time, I mean, God only knows who's going to get elected and all that stuff. And of course, that kind of decision will be made when it's time, right? When it's time to vote, and it all ends up on what you guys do, right? What we all do when it comes to voting. All right. Now, I want to share some of these things too, because it's really crazy. Okay. So it says, John, this guy on X says, here's the official Nassau County Police Department on the false alarm at the rally. Looks like a person who appears to have some mental health issues with self-training a boom boom dog and alerted cops to a false positive. So this was a false boom boom threat made by a person that may be mentally unwell. So let's take a look at this. It says here, the Public Information Office reports a suspicious incident that occurred in Uniondale. Reports of explosives being found at the site are unfounded. There's a person who is being questioned who may have been training a boom boom detection dog near the site. What? Somebody make that make sense. So you mean to tell me somebody was teaching and training a dog how to sniff out boom booms right next to the rally? What? That seems a bit weird, don't you think? Or is it just me? Doesn't that seem a little bit weird? And this is not me saying, ooh, conspiracy theory, put on the tinfoil hat. Hold on, time out. I'm not saying that, okay? That's weird though, right? That's just weird. Not saying anything deeper than that. It's just weird. And it could be because of this person being mentally unwell that he suddenly felt that he needed to be out there practicing and training his dog how to sniff out boom booms right next to the rally. For what reason? To show how patriotic he is? To show off? Like, yeah, I'm ready and my dog knows how to detect boom booms too, son. Let me show you. MAGA. You know what I mean? What's up with that? But that's weird. That is weird. I think we can agree on that. But moving on, they say the individual with the dog falsely reported boom booms being found, and that individual is currently being detained by police. Oh my God. I'm serious. That really is what happened here. So homeboy had a boom boom detection dog. Okay. He got his own dog. He chilling in the cut. They out there just, randomly practicing, randomly training his dog for these boom booms right next to the rally. And suddenly, out of nowhere, his dog alerts him of a boom boom. So he's like, oh, did you find something, boy? Lassie, where's the fire? You know what I mean? And then, of course, he reported these explosives being found. Hence the reason why you have such a reaction from law enforcement. False alarm, guys. Like I said, it's a false alarm. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy. That's a little crazy. Let's keep it a buck. That's a little crazy. Dude walking around with a dog, sniff, 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 and then all of a sudden, nada. That's crazy. But it's nice to know that this is not true, that this is a false situation. That's the reason why I wanted to bring this up and share this with you guys, because of course, let's keep it real. I have a feeling, man, we got what, 40 something days, 44, 45, 46 more days till election day. And I'm going to say this real talk. I'm going to keep it real. This is going to start getting crazier and crazier as we get closer and closer to the elections, to the election day. And my baby concurs. Like I said, this is some serious ish. 49 days? All right, I was in the it's in the 40s, man. All right. We got 40 something days, 49 if Tyler's like, well, actually, it is 49 days, 72, 15 hours and 72 seconds, whatever it may be. Regardless, we're getting really, really close, right? Time is ticking. We're getting closer and closer and closer to the time of when we all get to make our decision, whether it's Harris or it's Trump, or Trump and Harris. It doesn't matter how you see it. No matter what, you got to make a decision in about 40 something days. And that's crazy. And I feel like as we get closer, things are going to get more and more knuckin' futs. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm just going to keep it real. Part of me would not feel comfortable going to any of these rallies on either side. Because you got to remember, sure, Trump's getting attacked a lot right now. He's getting attacked. If this was to be an actual threat, this would have been a third attempt on his life in less than 3 months, which is insane. Do you realize how insane that is? Doesn't matter if you are a fan of Trump or not. That's insane, baby. That's insane. So you got all of that going on. And as we get closer, this could incentivize people on the right to try to do things to people on the left. It could even make more people on the whoever that just doesn't like Trump try to attack Trump again. I'm just saying, it's insane. And it seems like it just keeps going. This is kind of the same effect on these mass tragedies at schools. These school tragedies, right? Suddenly it's one person does it, then somebody else feels like, oh, I can do the same thing. And they do the same, they try to do the same thing, or they do the same thing, right? And it continues on and on and on and on and on, and it never stops. And I keep thinking that this could be very, very well be that thing that turns into that virus. And this turns into an epidemic of people trying to do crazy things to our elected officials. I'm just keeping it real. And we need to be very safe. And maybe this is the moment when there's less turnouts to these rallies, because there's too many crazies out here in these streets. And I don't know about you, I will root for them through my phone. I'll sit there and go, woo, love to see him on camera. Woo. It's just too crazy to be out there in the public to root for these people. It doesn't matter. I love my life. I love being on this side of the dirt. I don't know about y'all. I really don't know about y'all, but I love being alive. Life is dope. Even when it sucks, it's awesome. Okay? Life is awesome. I'd rather continue living than go woo Trump or woo Harris and then brah. I'm not for that. I'm sorry. I'm not. So that's just my recommendation to anybody out there that's sitting there going like, I'm going out to Trump. I'm going to support him. And I'm going to be right there. Proud to be an American. That's fine if you want to do that, but be safe, because it's insane out there, guys. It is absolutely insane out there. Please be careful out there. Please be safe out there. Please. And that's also on Harris too, because somebody will be crazy enough to do something. I will say it right now. So be safe. I'd rather have all their rallies be like 3 people in there. Okay. All you hear is one person clapping in the background. Just that's it. We're going to drill, baby, drill. We're just going to drill. And all you hear is woo. You want to know why? Because everyone else got smart and said, I don't want to dodge bullets to support the person that I want to support. Okay. I don't want to lose my life just showing up to buy a t-shirt that will probably be turned into the shirt that you wear when you're doing house chores and doing some yard work. All right. I'd rather just say, send it to me in the mail. I will buy it online. I will root for you through my phone. Go with God. And then election day, I vote for you. But I am not going to sit there and dodge bullets for the sake of just being in there. It's too dangerous, in my personal opinion. And I don't mean to sit here and say, hey, I'm not here to sit here and fearmonger. I'm just trying to throw some reality into some of y'all's lives. Just a little peppering of reality. And we need to be careful out here. It's insane. It's insane. Now you got a dude who is running around with a dog who he claims is a boom boom dog. And he was in the middle of training his boom boom dog. And by the way, if he's training his boom boom dog and he has no background in training boom boom dogs, what if that dog just smelled a hot dog? I'm just saying, what if that dog smelled a squirrel? What if the dog smelled another dog's pee-pee? You know, like his whiz, because he marked his territory. And he confused that with, oh my word, there's a boom boom in the house. Run for your lives. How solid is this individual in the art of training dogs to detect boom booms? I'm just asking the questions. Because clearly the dog was wrong. And if anybody hired him to do that kind of job, you might want your money back, me loves. Just saying. Okay. Lib Slayer just said, is this guy a Democrat? You talking about the guy who trained his dog? I have no clue. Clearly, he must have been some sort of Trump supporter, because he was at the rally. whilst training his dog to sniff out boom booms, and the dog was wrong. So if he's out there on Instagram being like, I'm one of the best dog trainers, teaching them how to take the assailants down and detect the boom booms, you got to hire me. I'll make sure your house is safe and protected for anything. And if he's wrong with this, everybody get your money back. If that's what he does for a living, ask for your money back. Yeah. Just do that. Just do that. This man should not be training dogs on how to detect boom booms. Yeah. Moving over here, though, this is a news release from the Nassau County Police Department. They say, this is from the commissioner, says reports of a boom boom being found on the site are unfounded. There is a person who is being questioned who may have been training a boom boom detection dog. Like I said, huh? So how is he? Is there a certification for that? Is there a certification for that? Because I'd like to know. All right. It's just weird to me. The individual with the boom boom dog falsely reported boom booms devices being found, and that individual is currently being detained by police. So again, you got somebody out here that is saying, there's somebody out there walking around with his dog, and then lo and behold, the dog goes, I don't know what it did. I don't know if it barked or turned, barked, turned around 3 times and sat down, or, did something. Maybe he said, homie, there's a bomb over here. I don't know what the dog did, but somehow this guy looked at that and said, bang, oh, there's a boom boom over here. And then that's when all police activity started to activity. You can't make this stuff up, guys. And he was doing this right at the rally. He could have gone anywhere else to train his dog. Anywhere else to train his dog. But he didn't do that. He decided to train his dog at a Trump rally. Why? Part of me thinks, he was doing it because he felt that he was doing that service for America. Trying to help out Trump. I'm doing Trump a solid, baby. I'm doing Trump a solid. Yeah. No. That just made things worse, okay? Because now people are nervous. Now people are scared. I understand that the threat is not real. It is fake. It is false. This is somebody who may have mental health issues. Maybe he was just making make-believe with his dog and just thought that he was training his dog to sniff out these devices. Maybe that's what it is. But nonetheless, that kind of stuff triggers a person. That kind of stuff gets people nervous about things. Okay? Period. So, weird. We're going to go to this area. We're going to do this. We're going to check all this stuff out. I'm going to bring my dog. We're going to detect boom booms. I hate using these code words, but unfortunately it is what it is. We're going to look at all these we're going to look at all these, check it out. Train my dog in the meantime, all in the sake of America. Yeah. And it's fake. Crazy. Oh, stop it. But that's the thing. It is out of control. Things are just getting out of control. Okay. Even so, there's another video. Man, there's another video that has nothing to do. I mean, it kind of is in correlation to this, I guess, but it has to do with a lot of the school tragedies that have been happening. There's been a lot of threats. Okay. There's been a lot of kids that have been arrested, and I'm talking about just Florida alone, just in Florida alone. And it's like I said, it's just getting so insane. Things are getting so out of hand and so unhinged that kids are now putting in threats, making threats about doing things to their schools to the point where a police officer or a chief of police had to step forward and basically say, we are arresting so many kids right now, we don't even know what to do anymore. So the only other thing we can do is basically say, we are going to parade your kids around. We'll have them do a perp walk. We'll make them do this, this, and this. Parents, parent your kids, because your kids are wilding out. That's literally what this guy said during a press conference. Because of the large volume of people, of kids making threats to their own schools, more and more kids are getting arrested right now because of what that kid did in Georgia. And DA, he ain't wrong. Okay? He is not wrong. I would do the same thing. I would do the same doggone thing. I'd be like, I'd parade your kids around. I'm going to embarrass all of them. They're going to have a perp walk. Everyone's going to see them. I don't give a damn. Because we're tired of all these threats. This has got to stop. But kids are now suddenly thinking that this is the way to go. This is the way of life. Let us keep making threats. And these kids are actually getting arrested. And it all started right after the Appalachia High School tragedy. It's ramped up. And then, of course, you've been seeing everything with Trump from July to now, or to 3 days ago, with that whole attempt on his life, Ryan Routh. Thank God the guy didn't pull the trigger, but at the same time, he was sitting out there for a while. And it still makes you wonder, is there some sort of inside job? Is there some sort of inside jobby job? There's got to be, because it just doesn't make sense. Him knowing to be at that particular golf course at that particular time. That's wild to me, guys. That's wild. But, let me show you guys this, because I might have to mute the video because of music. But let me share this with y'all. Yeah, because they got some song bumping. But you can see police activity, or at least them starting to parade around, because something was up. Something was definitely popping. Or at least they thought something was popping. Like I said, it's crazy to think that a guy, now that we know what was going on, a guy, and again, this guy could be a cosplayer, kind of like Ryan Routh, but apparently he was trying to do good. He was trying to help, allegedly, because he made the claim that he found a boom boom. And of course, police have to take that seriously. They're not going to sit around. That's zero tolerance. They get on that and they check those things out. Hence the reason why this became news. Hence the reason why everybody's like, oh my gosh, is everything okay? What's going on? No. Is there a boom boom? Is there a boom boom? It's not. It's false. So he made a false claim. Clearly, it seems like he thought he was doing right by making that claim, which, of course, no matter what, if you see something, most definitely say something. But this guy seems like had some sort of mental health issue. He was training a dog on how to detect boom booms, these devices that go boom, and the dog was wrong. So, and yes, S-dubs, you could definitely get arrested for making false claims. Absolutely. Absolutely. But if he was like, hey, I thought my dog was doing that, they might give him a little bit of leeway. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Okay. But what I do know is that dude should not be training dogs how to sniff out devices, period. That's just what I think. Because clearly the dog failed. And again, this guy could very well be a cosplayer. a cosplaying, militarized, hardcore suited and booted guy who just did a couple CrossFit workouts and now he thinks he's like this ultimate badass, like he should be with his AR running around just trying to detect boom booms out here. So he could very well be that person too. But God only knows, right? God only knows. Man, oh man. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. Okay? You can't make this stuff up. Yeah, I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I guess don't blame the dog, blame the owner, right? The dog does not know what he does. He doesn't know. He probably is like, did I do good? Do I get a treat? When he actually just smelled like Dookie or something. So absolutely crazy, guys. So just so you guys know, because I know that's something that's been popping off. You guys have been adding me, sending these emails to me and all that stuff, just letting me know about what was popping off. And yeah, I was like, what? Another one? Crazy, right? Another attempt, but this one is a false alarm. Thank God it's a false alarm. But at the same time, this false alarm, could this inspire others to try to do something here in the near future? I'm quite curious. You got to remember, too. You got to remember, like I said, we only have a few more. We only have a month and something days, kind of roughly a month and a half left until election day. These are some crazy times that we're living in. Obviously, Trump's life has been threatened multiple times, but it has been threatened. Like there's been attempts on his life twice already in just 2 months. I'm really worried that this is going to inspire others to do worse and try to do some serious damage before we even make it to the elections. That's why I'm like, man, he needs to. I'm not sitting here saying be a coward. I'm not saying to stay far away from the situation, from actually speaking out and doing your job as far as the campaign goes. But man, things can get really bad, guys. Things could get very, very bad. Now, the other thing, there it is. I was looking for that. The other thing is and this is also crazy too. Just some information that I think is really interesting. All right, and this is in Ohio, and I wonder why there's so many situations going on in Ohio. But apparently, at least 33 threats now is prompting Springfield, Ohio, to begin daily school sweeps. At least 33 threats. Do you realize how insane that is? This is how unhinged we are as a country? Think about that for a second. Is this truly where we're at as a country? That we cannot speak on our feelings, emote a little bit? We can't work things out through discussion, through using our words, that we are now waking up and choosing violence? 33 threats, and now they're sweeping schools. And that's just in Springfield, Ohio alone. We need to be better than this, y'all. That's scary. That's absolutely scary. And don't you worry. I'm gonna pull up the video that I'm talking about where the chief of police is speaking out, because he's like, I've had enough. We're gonna watch it as a fam. We got to watch it before I finish this show. Okay, before we end the show, we're gonna look at that. All right, because it's crazy. And again, take a look at that. 33 at least. So now we're at the place where cops and the powers that be are going to be running all over the place trying to find boom booms at schools. This is what we've become as people. It's a freaking damn shame. Let's take a look at this. So, Ohio State Police will conduct daily sweeps of schools in Springfield after authorities have been forced to investigate at least 33 threats that led to evacuations and temporary building closures. This is what the governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, said on Monday. We want to make sure, as school continues this week in Springfield, that parents have confidence that the school is in fact safe. This is what he said in a press conference. Each threat has been a hoax without, quote unquote, any validity at all. Whoa. Springfield has become the face of the national immigration debate after Republican presidential nominee Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance repeatedly spread baseless claims about Haitian immigrants stealing and eating the city residents' pets. Vance first promoted the unfounded rumors in a September 19th post on social media, but Trump even boosted these claims further a day later, that at the presidential debate that we saw, against Kamala Harris. Now, of course, now they're saying the Springfield officials, including its mayor and local police, have all dismissed the claims, saying there are no credible reports that Haitian immigrants in the city are stealing or eating pets. Local health officials have also denied the influx of Haitian immigrants in the city has led to a rise in quote unquote communicable diseases, another claim Vance promoted. This is a piece of garbage that is simply not true. There is no evidence of this at all. This is what DeWine said. And see, here's the thing, okay? What's interesting about this, about those claims, is that now that that's been out, there's been nothing but footage, videos, all that stuff out here. Okay, people keep tagging me in stuff, sending me emails of this crap, of showing a dog on a spit roast, that kind of thing. Like, and again, I keep thinking, which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Did that footage exist before Trump went out and started saying these things and said those things during the debate, or did those things suddenly become real? Did that content come out after, just to push that narrative even more? You know for a fact that he's telling the truth because of all this content. You also got to remember, some people could be manufacturing those things just because they support Trump and all that stuff. Like I said, obviously, as a first generation Haitian American myself, all right, I come from a proud Haitian family, sac passe haïtien, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not looking at this information and believing it. That's just me. Now, if that pisses you off, sorry. I don't believe it. And I think that things are being manufactured for the sake of adding to the narrative of this. Like I said, as soon as it came out of his mouth and was put into the zeitgeist, into the public realm, that's when all of a sudden we see an influx of all these videos. And oh my gosh, look at that black guy walking down the street holding ducks. Now they're eating the ducks. It's wrong. It's wrong. The problem is that we live in a time where everything is so divisive, everything is so divided. I think it's wild that they would sit there and say, okay, now that there's been Haitian immigrants going into Springfield, that's when they say there's an influx of AIDS. They really went there. They really went there. And us as American people, we're better than that. At least I feel that. I'm a person who will sit there and say, hey, glass is half full, not half empty. That's just me, though. And you got to look at the timeline, because the timeline will tell you everything. You hear a little bit about it. You hear J.D. Vance talk about it because he knows he is catering to a specific demographic that wants to hear that kind of stuff. He sees that there's a huge reaction to it. What happens? Debate night. You hear the same thing from Trump with no actual factual evidence of that. And then what happens? People who support him, people who love and support him will support any of those claims and will try to find anything out there to be like, see, that's a dog. That's a man carrying ducks. He's got to be Haitian because he's black. So on and so forth. This is not the kind of politics that I lean for. That's not why I look at, say, Trump or even Harris. I'm not looking to them for divisiveness. I'm looking to them to see what they got going on as far as policies and what they're going to do for our country. But that was very dangerous stuff. That was a very dangerous thing that he said. And now it's just made it worse because you see people like Tim Pool and all these other political pundits that lean hard right, catering to that type of divisive, ridiculous, baseless rhetoric. Sorry. When you start coming after the people that I come from, I got a problem with that. That's the only issue. Other than that, I'm like, what else are your policies, man? Okay, you do this, you do that, so on and so forth. Okay, those are your policies. Bet. Kamala, what are yours? Okay, moving on, right? But when you start putting out divisive type of propaganda like that just separates the country. That's not putting the country together. That makes things worse. And now Springfield is a hellhole because you got people absolutely divided, absolutely angry. And what's happening now? At least 33 different threats going on because of the divisive rhetoric and the divisive propaganda that is coming out. And I'm not only saying just on the right. It's also the left too. The left ain't perfect either. The divisiveness is running thick over there too. But this is not how politics should be politicking. You feel me? We need to be better. We need to be better. Because it's also hurting our kids. It's hurting our kids, y'all. As we are out here getting angry and not using our minds and not using our words and trying to be adults out here, our kids are watching us act like children out here in these streets. You realize that? It's turned into a high school. America has turned into a high school where it's just rumors. It's rumors and BS. And it's team red or team blue. You are either one side or the other. There's no in between, which is really sad. The kids are watching us do this, by the way. The kids. And then what happens? You get kids thinking, oh, well, if my parents are acting like a damn fool, I should follow in suit. Next thing you know, you get a whole bunch of high schools getting threats of the various kinds. That's crazy. Instead of us as adults sitting on the outside watching our kids play in the sandbox, we're actually in the sandbox with our kids. acting even more immature than our kids. Oh my God. Crazy. Crazy, guys. We need to be better. But I don't know what it is that's going to be the thing that's going to make us better. Somebody's got to lead by example. Somebody does. But hold on. I want to share this video with you guys because honestly, it is something that really struck me when I saw this. Okay. Before we, wrap up the show and whatnot. I think this is a huge wake up call, in my personal opinion, at least for the state of Florida. Okay, at least for people who are living in Florida, because you got police so fed up that of these threats and the fact that they're arresting all these kids from making these threats. It's crazy. All right. So I want to share this video with y'all as well. Come on, mouse. Mouse. All right. Let's take a look at this. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Unmuting. But this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Take a listen.
This is absolutely out of control, and it ends now. 54 and counting tips came into Fortify, Florida last night. Okay? That means investigators in the school district have been running around the clock.
I'm going to repeat that again. How many? 54 and counting. Hold on. This is just in Florida. This is happening in Florida, y'all. Okay? This is happening in Florida. I'm going to turn this up as loud as I can get. But this is insane.
This is absolutely out of control, and it ends now. 54 and counting tips came into Fortify, Florida last night.
This is just in Fortify, Florida. Just in this particular town. That's it. 54 last night.
Okay. That means investigators in the school district have been running around the clock to investigate these tips, which are all turning out to be false. So far, it's cost $21,000 to do these investigations. We have 2 in custody. We have an investigation looking at 1 other individual. So far this year, there have been 207 threats who have come in. We've arrested 7 people for written threats to kill. 1 student, if you remember, tried to bring a loaded firearm into a mainland football game. We've had 11 weapons on our campuses this year.
We ain't even done yet. He's just got a list. And it's absolutely crazy to me that this actually exists. And of course, he's going down this list like, and a partridge in a pear tree. This is crazy. And this actually happened just the other day, this press conference. This is where we're at right now, where people are losing their doggone minds. Kids are losing their doggone minds to the point where they're making threats. They're trying to walk in with weapons. They're trying to do all kinds of stuff. High schools have now apparently become the Wild Wild West. It's official. Official. But here's the thing, Jeff, let me just say this. As you say, Florida is a mess. Ohio's having the same issue right now. There's other states that are having a huge problem. So this is beyond just Florida. Remember what happened in Georgia after Colt Gray took people's lives, injured so many people and all that. There was an influx of threats. Boom, it just exploded out here. It was absolutely crazy. Absolutely nuts. Suddenly it was 10 people, 10 other threats within 24 hours, guys, of that tragedy that happened at Appalachian High School. There were 10 threats, 10 different individuals that were actually caught and arrested because of their threats. Also, within the same amount of days, there were other tragedies as well. Actual tragedies that were literally seen out. Kids getting shot, all that stuff. That stuff is real. So it's beyond just Florida. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, y'all.
So what we're going to start doing Monday is, since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them.
This is, man, he said, I'm going to stand 10 toes down on business. I'm going to stand on business. I don't give a damn. You ain't going to raise your kids? Man, I'm about to raise your kids. Hold up. I'm rolling that back so he could just let him talk his talk.
Football game. We've had 11 weapons on our campuses this year. So what we're going to start doing Monday is, since parents, you don't want to raise your kids, I'm going to start raising them. Every time we make an arrest, your kid's photo is going to be put out there. And if I could do it, I'm going to perp walk your kid so that everybody can see what your kid's up to. The second point of this is, if I can any way find out that a parent knew what was going on and wasn't doing anything, your is getting perp walked with them. The purpose of Fortify Florida is to send in tips that we're going to investigate because you believe something is going to happen. To keep sending in these tips over and over and over again and think it's a big joke and nothing's going to happen to it. Starting Monday, we're going to have a billboard. We're going to have a poster out. I'm going to show you every kid that's been arrested and where they go to school. And then from there on out, we're going to publicly shame them and their parents. So parents, do your job. Don't let Sheriff Chitwood raise your kids. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Let me just say this. Has it gotten so far gone that it has to get to this? I'm asking you guys, have we gotten here? Like, have we really gotten here to the point where they have to publicly shame the parents and the kids, put them on blast like that? He said, man, if y'all ain't going to raise your kids, I'm going to do it. And they're going to learn the hard way. I'm going to put them on blast. I don't care what they think. I don't care what the parents feel anymore because it's getting so bad. Because and it seems like I said before, oh my God, like I said before, isn't it interesting that we live in a world now that these tragedies are so common that it's desensitizing not only just ourselves, but our kids as well, to the point where these kids are making false claims. They're making false threats. They are calling it in almost as if they're doing a bomb threat, right? Like they're calling in one of those things. Kids used to do that all the time back in the day. Now they're calling in mass tragedies. And the sad thing is it's going to be a situation like the boy who cried wolf. At some point, people aren't going to believe the schools. People aren't going to believe those situations to the point where one moment that they don't believe that kid could actually be a fatal situation. That could be a fatal mistake. So I don't blame him for sitting here saying, I'm done. I'm done. Y'all kids are going crazy. It's getting wild. I don't blame this man at all. I don't blame him at all. Let's continue.
Go talk to the families who have lost a loved one in a school shooting. These little knuckleheads think it's funny. Go talk to those parents and see how funny this is. It's not. We're going to come and get you, and we're going to put you out for public embarrassment. And I know of a set of parents right now that they're looking at $11,000 each because somebody's paying this bill.
Crazy, right? Because of course, it's not only is it very time consuming, it's a lot of energy being expelled. This is also money, taxpayer money being spent on the tireless hours of investigation, the detaining, the arresting, so on and so forth. That's absolutely crazy, right? So, wow. Jim Schmidt, what's up, man? Said on TikTok, which is interesting. Blake High School, they took 2 loaded weapons off a kid during a search when he was found with a vape pen. That's crazy too. Okay. That's absolutely crazy. But like I said, there's so much that's going on. Okay. There's so much going on. And all of a sudden it seems like it's the new cool thing to do or something like that. I don't know. But these kids are thinking that these kids are finding the audacity to do this, which is absolutely crazy to me. And some of them are really trying to do something bad. For sure. And some of them are just doing it because they just want a day off of school, which is stupid. So I don't blame this sheriff for doing saying what he's doing, what he's going to do. In fact, please do it. And in fact, other schools or other towns, maybe you follow in suit. Because as soon as it becomes public knowledge of the kid, of the family, all that stuff, maybe some of these parents will actually start parenting. Maybe they'll start teaching and disciplining their kids the right way, because this is ridiculous. But like I said, one of my fears is that these kids would become desensitized to these tragedies and they wouldn't give a damn about human life. And guess what happens? Guess what's happening right now? Kids not giving a damn about human life. They're looking at this as an opportunity so that they can go get out of school so they can go play some Fortnite or some Call of Duty or whatever the hell these kids are playing, whatever video games these kids are playing nowadays. Or so they can go get stoned somewhere. Whatever the hell it is. I don't care. It's ridiculous. And it needs to stop. Period. It really, really does. I'll tell you what right now. This happened 20 hours ago. But even so, there was a suspected armed man with a fully loaded Glock with an extended magazine that was taken into custody outside of a school yesterday afternoon. Like I said, this keeps on going and going and going, and it never stops. At some point, there's got to be something that rips the veil off of our eyes as parents and off of our kids' eyes as children, and realizing that these situations are becoming the new epidemic. That's it. There's something that's got to change. And it's crazy to me that we're at this place. Now, when it comes to the situation with Trump's false boom claim, threats, thank God it's fake. Thank God it's false. I'm really happy about it. Real talk. It's kind of comical if you think about it because of the situation revolving around it. But at the same time, at least no one lost their life today. And it also shows that police are doing everything they can. They're doing everything they can to protect. Law enforcement is doing everything they can to not only protect the president or the former president of the United States, but also the people that are attending his rallies and whatnot. But at the same time, this could have been a lot worse. And I'm not sitting here saying you shouldn't go to those rallies. Do whatever the hell you want to do. Me personally, I will watch from afar. Thank God for technology. I will watch all these rallies on my computer, my phone, or on the TV, where bullets aren't whizzing over my head. But again, we got to figure out what's going on here. And you know what? I really think this is really messing up our kids. That's what I really think too. And at some point, we need to shake some reality into our kids and some reality into ourselves as well. Because never underestimate the power of denial as a parent. No, my kid wouldn't do that. My kid isn't doing that. No, he ain't doing that. When he actually could be doing that. That's why I urge every single one of you guys to ask questions. Have those conversations with your kids. Have those uncomfortable conversations until they start getting somewhat comfortable. No uncomfortable conversations ever comfortable, but you get what I'm saying. Start having those conversations with your kids. Get their heads out of their phones and out of their computers and playing video games and stuff like that. Start having a dialogue with your kids. I know it's hard to parent. It's really hard to make money and be a parent and be, a spouse and all that stuff. I get it. It's hard to work and do all of that at the same time. We're spinning 15 million plates, but it takes 2 seconds to just say, hey, how you doing? What's up? Let's sit down and talk. Takes only a few minutes. Doesn't have to be the whole day. You talk, you can go on about your day. But I think that there's a serious need of a conversation between parents and kids. I think kids need to start learning how to give a damn. And I think parents need to start learning how to give a damn as well. I think a lot of people are very self-absorbed, very me-oriented, and I get it. There's nothing wrong with taking care of you, period. Please, you need to go and do something to calm down or that releases some stress that is constructive and is not a vice, by all means, do that, right? But at the same time, there needs to be more conversation with our kids. There needs to be more lessons taught to our kids and not just letting them go to school and do the learning only in school. It really starts at home. The foundation is at home. And that conversation and the cultivating of that child, of your seed, is at home. And if they know the difference between right and wrong and that life is precious, when they walk into school, they're not getting the other outside opinions corrupting their brain because they know better, because they know that you as a parent instilled that foundation into their minds, knowing that 1, they are deeply loved, 2, they are safe with you and you'll do nothing, you will stop at nothing to protect them, 3, that life is beautiful, life is precious, and we should respect as many people as we can and go with kindness because it takes 2 seconds. It takes less seconds to be kind than to be mean. I mean, those are just scraping the surface, y'all. And then as they go into these schools, they go in there with a heart. Oh, and let's not forget some brains too. Because some of these doggone kids ain't got no brains. They're not thinking. Some of these kids ain't thinking. Why do you think they're not thinking? It all starts at home. Period. Some of us just need to start watering our seeds, our kids, pouring into them a little bit more often than we have. That's it. And in hopes, when you set them out into the world, they know better. They use common sense. They lead with love. They lead with respect. Instead of, oh, I'm going to call into the school and make threats. Or I'm going to go get my hands on my dad's weapon and run into the school and do this unthinkable thing. There needs to be more care. There just does. Anyway, guys, that's the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. It really does mean a lot. Thank you so very much for being here. Again, false alarm, but thank God it was a false alarm. All right. But if there's any developing information about this, for a fact, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it for sure. So anyway, guys, please do me a favor before we head out, because I'll be back on in probably about an hour and a half from now, it looks like, because there is going to be, we are on Diddy Watch still, okay? We are still on Diddy Watch. The lawyers are supposed to be doing an appeal. There's supposed to be a hearing or court appearance on his on them trying to get his bond. So we are going to see about that, and hopefully we'll find out what happens, right? And maybe the lawyers will come out and talk and do a little press conference afterwards. So we will be looking for that. I'll be back on in about an hour and a half or so. Okay. So real quick, I did not see these, so I apologize. Stacy, thank you so much. All the world's a stage and everyone are merely players. Absolutely. Henry V. Isn't that Henry V? Shakespeare's Henry V? I think it is. But thank you, Stacy. Yeah, all the world's a stage and everyone are merely players, I think. Or maybe it's Macbeth. I don't remember. Damn. That's going to drive me crazy. I forgot. I'm going to look it up, though. And then, Alicia, thank you so much. It seems to be all about power and ego, not the people who for whom they should serve. Yes, I agree. Right? We should be, and that's the thing. I feel like this political realm has been kind of trash, guys. I'm going to say it. I know some of y'all are very Trump, some of y'all very Harris. I'm just saying, as of late, over the past like 2 election cycles, it's been kind of trashy. It's been very bad. Well, 3 cycles, actually. It's just been kind of trashy, just in my personal opinion. Okay. I'm waiting for that, that juggernaut, that person with that je ne sais quoi, right? So, is it Hamlet? Thank you, it's Hamlet. I had H in my head. That's why I said Henry V. Hamlet. Thank you. Hamlet. Wow. So simple, but Hamlet. Anyway, guys, hit that like button down below. Crush it. Please do me that favor. Hit the reaction. That'll be amazing. Please and thank you. But yes, Covered by Chris. What up, Covered by Chris? How you doing? Yes, we gonna be on Diddy Watch. Oh, we doing Diddy Watch. Okay. So hit that like button down below. Hit that reaction button if you're watching on TikTok. Don't forget to hit that follow button if you're watching on all these platforms that I'm on: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X/Twitter. Go show some love over there. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe here on my main channel. Go to my secondary channel over there on YouTube as well. The Pascal Show clips. Crush that subscribe button, please. Go and do that. Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. And of course, if you want some of this new merch, okay, go check it out. PascalMerch.com. We got some new Halloween t-shirts, etc. Go check that out. PascalMerch.com. And it's very affordable. I promise you that. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.